Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Joanna Daniel. For those who have joining us for the first time, thank you so much for liking and subscribing to our channel. I am a counselor. I live in Wales, UK, and I work with adult survivors of childhood trauma and abuse. We provide counseling support, online courses, conferences, and retreats to provide a safe place for people to heal. So I'm really glad that you're here. So we're here every day at 1 p.m., weekday at 1 p.m. to help people get through the pandemic, to help people get through the crisis. Some of us are in a lockdown. Wales is in our second week of lockdown, and the UK have started their full lockdown for a month. And so we know that people struggled in the first lockdown, and we know that people are going to struggle again. So we have decided to be here every day to help you get through. So please like and subscribe to this channel as you've done, and please share the content so that other people can subscribe too. We were trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the week, and we're really making good progress, and we really appreciate you. So today I want to talk about if you're struggling with intrusive thoughts, how to manage them, and how to get through the pandemic. I'm not sure where we are, if we're starting over or if this is a new live, because something happened. Let me just go check what's going on over YouTube. I don't know what happened, but we had a slight disconnection. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but okay, it froze and we're back again. So we're talking about negative intrusive thoughts and how to manage them. So I'm going to read the definition from Wikipedia that says an intrusive thought is an unwelcome involuntary thought or image or an unpleasant idea that become an obsession. It is upsetting or distressing and can feel difficult to manage or eliminate. So that's what a negative thought is. I'm going to read this again. It's an intrusive thought. It's an unwelcome thought. It's or image or an unpleasant idea that become an obsession, and it's upsetting and distressing. And I wanted to do that because I know that as we're going through this, there's lots of stuff going through people's minds, lots of things that they're thinking and wondering, and lots of stuff that people are managing. And that's why I wanted to do this one. So here are some things that you can do to be able to manage your intrusive thoughts. So intrusive thoughts are negative automatic thoughts. And as you hear from that definition, that they're unpleasant, they're unwelcomed, they come at unexpected time, they're subtle, and they just pop up. And really, sometimes people struggle to deal with them. So if you're somebody who have intrusive thoughts and you're struggling to manage, it might feel like you're alone and you're the only one, but you're not the only one. Okay. Um, while you can't stop them coming, while you can't stop the intrusive thoughts coming, you can manage them. The brain is like a muscle, and you can begin to build that muscle, and you can begin to change neural pathways in your brain, and you can train it the same way. If you want to lose weight and you go to the gym or you run or you walk and exercise and you start to build muscles, it's the same way you can do with your brain if you're struggling and battling with these thoughts, and they can be crippling as well. I know that. So number one, here's the first thing that you can do. Observe them. Just look at them as the thoughts come. Just notice that they're there, but not give meaning to them. You know, when you're watching television or you're watching something on YouTube, and sometimes there's words that run across the screen, but because you're so busy looking at the content and wanting to not lose the storyline, you don't stop and look at the words so you can read what they are and digest it. I want you to kind of do that with the thoughts when they come as well, to just let them run across the screen and not notice them, not pay, just notice that they're there, but not give them meaning, not say anything about them. So, for example, the thought might, one of your repetitive thought might be, you might do something and the thought might, you're not good enough, couldn't you have done it better? Or with this pandemic, it might be, oh, there's a crisis, you're going to get the virus, something is wrong. All of those thoughts might be bombarding you and flooding your mind. Just notice that they're there. Go, okay, the thoughts are here again. Want you to breathe, to just kind of shuffle, make sure you feel present, because those thoughts will take you off. And sometimes you tune out from the present and the everyday. So to kind of, shuffle in your seat, feel the ground with your feet, feel the armrest of the chair if there's one. Just deep breath in and out, and just be present in where you are. Like, I am at home, I'm at work, I'm fine, I'm okay. Yeah, just reassure yourself. So the thoughts is there, but you're not giving them meaning, and you're not giving it time. So you're not giving it space. And the more you do that, is the more you learn how to build that muscle of not engaging with the thought. Okay, so number two, here's something that I learned in dealing with stress, that if you have like a system of getting yourself to think about something else, so it might be elastic band on your arm, and whenever negative thoughts come in or intrusive thoughts, just kind of pull that, and just that little thing bring you back to the present time again. Hello, thank you for joining. Just that little pull bring you back to the present again, and also allow you to refocus and to be present. Here's another thing that you can do while that is happening for number two. We've learned that the mind can't hold two thoughts at the same time. So it can't hold a negative thought and a positive one at the same time. So while one thing you can do is to not engage with it, not paying it attention, the next thing you can do is to think another positive thought at the same time. So if the thought is you're not good enough, you can say, I try my best. I did my best. It's okay. It's fine. I've made this many times. Um, I put great effort in. So you can be saying positive things to yourself about that thing that you think you're not good enough about. And so the mind won't be able to manage two thoughts at the same time. So eventually, as you practice that over and over, you will learn to start automatically switch to what's positive and what's and sometimes what's true. Because you're not good enough is not true. You always make mistakes, and it's not true either. Okay. Normalize the thoughts sometimes when they come. Normalizing it by saying everybody makes mistakes if it's a mistake. Normalize the thought around the crisis that we're living in. Everybody else is in a lockdown. People are struggling to cope, but people are coping. We can cope. Here are some things that I can do to cope. And maybe then you can, get your book and your pencil, and you can make a list of things that you can do to cope. So you are meeting it with something else. And the more you do that, again, it's the more the brain gets used to doing it. And the brain will gradually, over time, though we all have intrusive thoughts, we all experience them, they come to everyone. Some of us are better able to manage them than others, and I know that people who are struggling with anxiety and depression might find it particularly difficult to manage, but these tools and these strategies really does work in those situations as well. Number three, I want you to be aware that sometimes our thoughts are influenced by our values. What you think about certain things will influence your thought processes as well. And it might cause you to become disrupted, might cause you to be distressed, it might cause you to feel all kinds of feelings because of the belief that you have around it. So what I'd like you to do is to think about what's my belief around this crisis? What do I believe? What's my value system around it? What do I think about it? And what you think about it will determine how you act, and sometimes will determine the kind of thoughts that comes as well. So really think about that. Am I frightened? Am I scared? Am I overly protective? Am I anxious about it? What are my thoughts about it? What are my thoughts about catching it if I catch it? What are my thoughts about the people who have? So examine your value base, and not just around the pandemic, but around any area that your recurring negative thoughts is in. Examine those areas. What are my beliefs about it? Sometimes we have negative thoughts around being angry. You can think, What's my belief about being angry? Do I think people should get angry? I believe we shouldn't get angry. Therefore, if I get angry, I'm bad. And on and on and on, the thoughts will go. And so being able to manage that is really crucial, really important. Okay. And a bonus one that I want to give, when we are experiencing negative thoughts, one of the things that happens a lot is, for example, people with anxiety and depression may have a very loud inner critic. That voice, that thought process that is constantly at you, telling you about yourself, telling you things that are not true, and it's constant, and um, it's there all the time. And again, we all have recurring negative thoughts. We Some people just know how to manage it better. We all have a critic. I've just published my book, and had to really manage that process of, yes, it's fine, the story was told, it's the way you wanted to tell the story, the book cover is fine, the blurb on the back of the book is fine, yes, it's okay. Constantly managing that inner critic, and silencing it, so that when it comes, I can widen the space between when it comes and what I do, my automatic response. And practicing these things will help you to widen the space between your trigger and your automatic response. So you have, the more coping mechanism that you have, is the better able you will be to cope. So let me know if you try these strategies and how they've worked for you. Also share it, of course, with people who you know are really struggling with that recurring negative thought. I want you to know that if you're experiencing recurring negative thoughts, that nothing's wrong with you. Everybody gets them. As I said, some people are just better able to manage them. And if you stay with us on this channel, we're going to also help you to be able to manage those recurring negative thoughts, that we're going to give you tools and strategies to be able to cope with them. It's Friday, we're entering the weekend, and whether we're in lockdown or not, find a way to celebrate you, to celebrate the break, to celebrate not having to work if you don't have to work. Do something special for yourself. Make yourself a nice special meal. Have a nice special treat. Do something. Watch your favorite program. Light some candles and relax in that atmosphere. Have a lovely bath with scented whatever, or a nice hot and cold shower, which helps to get the blood flowing and helps us to feel better. But whatever you do, choose something nice to do for yourself this weekend. Celebrate, relax into it, and lean into your personal self-care. And I'll see you for a live video again on Monday at 1 p.m. Have a great weekend. Take good care. Bye.